Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Chaz Draycott Media, and welcome once again to another evening in the MyTurnRacing Sunday Night Trucks series in 2021. We're here for round 8 of the championship, taking us to USA International Speedway. Now, as you'll have seen in any posts or descriptions or anything, this circuit is often seen in the rookie ranks of iRacing very early on in your careers, as soon as you get onto the service. A lot of the time in slower machinery, such as the street stocks, or even on the dirt configuration of this track, it's considered one of the simpler circuits on the service. But anybody that knows these trucks knows that they are not the easiest things to handle when it comes to slower circuits. What we're going to look at first is the championship standings. Aaron Maspero leading by 103 points. Sorry, leading on 103 points. For Mark Redford, 13 points back. It's a big difference in this championship, that is. Aaron has been fantastic this season. Mark's been doing very well as well. However, he did suffer a penalty in the previous round of the championship, which has knocked him down a peg in terms of the points. Jake Forster, he's been great to watch this season. He's third with 83 points, only 1 point ahead of John Jarrett. Now, John, admittedly, you know, he's going to hate me saying this as the series organiser, but he hasn't lit the world on fire. I can never get that phrase right. He's never lit the timing screens on fire throughout the season, but he's just been there doing the job, doing what we would call in the industry as a Colin Turkington, scoring the points when it matters and just cracking on. Watch out for Mikey Doble as well. He's 11th in the championship at the moment after joining partway through, but he has been incredibly quick indeed. He's actually just gone fastest during qualifying. We're going to get a quick look at Mikey on track now in the Budweiser livery, number 88 machine. Aaron Maspero, though, who's in a new livery now. He used to be just in a black truck. He's in one of the Hazy Signs designs. Purple and black machine, looking wonderful. Jake Forster, probably one of my favourite liveries out there as well. Just dives into the pits. This is Simon Thorns for the No Emissions Motorsports team. Number 57. I'm quite a fan of the the livery, to be honest. There is John Jarrett in the number 59, fourth in the championship, as I said. Mark Redford, he says he's not really been looking forward to this one. He's been struggling a little bit around here. Obviously hinting that he's better at some of the quicker circuits on the calendar. We'll see what the Turn 4 Motorsports machine can pull out of the bag. And there you go, 21.067 goes into 6th place, just behind Robert Erling in the Force Esport Community truck. Kenny Mitchell is out on circuit, although not at the moment by the look of it. There you go. He's just sat in the pits. Stephen Netherwood back out once again. Good to see Stephen back out there. I do have to add Kenny Mitchell to the timing software, it seems. Just watching Stephen Netherwood make his way around gradually. I believe, now Kenny's probably going to kill me because I do commentate on him in another championship, but I can't for the life of me remember his team name. I believe it's Cam E Motorsport, KAM, that is his initials. So I will be adding him to this. Kenny, if you do see this and you think it's wrong, well, if you know it's wrong, let me know, mate. You didn't fill the form in, though. Mark Redford is going to be continuing, by the look of it, around this circuit. But as you can see, it's going to be nice and cool for these drivers, as Stuart Pomfrey has had a moment. He decides to come back in. Here's Simon Marshall in the number 21. It is going to be nice and cool, though, with it being a night race here at USA International Speedway. Unfortunately, the circuit has been demolished, as far as I know. I believe it's a Pepsi-Cola factory now. Either that or I've got it confused with another circuit that was knocked down, but yeah, real shame. But again, through the magic of sim racing, we can go racing there as if it was always there. And that's one of the great things about sim racing, is that we can do such things. Just having a quick look now. The actual circuit was closed in 2008, and then in 2010 it was stripped of its grandstands and control tower, and it was demolished in 2012. A warehouse now sits on the property. It's a real shame that is, to be fair. Opened in 1995 as well, so in terms of lifetime for a circuit, not the longest at all. And not a very long one by any stretch of the imagination. This is another good mate of mine, Dan Blake, in the number 27 T1S racing truck. Usually races for year one on iRacing. Races in the, I believe it's called the 5 Club MX5 series in real life. BRSCC, I think, behind that. Either that or BARC. At least we know it'll be one of them. But yeah, Dan races in real life in the MX5s. He's also raced in Hyundais before in the Hyundai Coupe Cup. So I'm intrigued to see how he gets on tonight. He says he wants to get into oval racing a bit more. And this will be, I believe, his first venture in an oval league on iRacing. But it's all about patience around here. We'll go on board with him. You can see you just got to be so gentle on turning. Wait. Get on the power. Careful for the back end stepping out as well. Across the line he goes. He does improve though, a 21.364. Good evening everybody in the chat. Please do say hello. Make sure that you make yourselves apparent. Let us know on your thoughts of this circuit. And of course, who could be the winner this evening. Mikey Doble on pole at the moment by 16 thousandths of a second over Aaron Maspero. Aaron, the current championship leader as well. And of course, don't forget, like the video and subscribe as well if you want to see more of this championship. I will be broadcasting 3 more rounds after this. Sorry, including this one, I believe it'll be. There'll be this round and then the final 2 rounds of the season. Michael Jones in chat, good to see you, mate. This is my mate Kenny Mitchell in that wonderful livery. Very simple livery, just the red with the white, but it just looks so striking. And his number 4 races in the Vertex Stock Car Cup, which I also commentate on. Same with Mikey Doble as well. Craig Charles is back out there this evening for Team Budweiser. I've been watching a lot of Red Dwarf at the moment, so hopefully he can channel his inner Dave Lister and make everybody else look like a smaghead. Got Martin Kenyon as well, also joining in for this round, which I don't have on the list, but we'll sort that out very quickly. So we have him at least on the timing software. Here's Mark Redford again in the number 31 machine. Getting going. You can see just how they try to put the power down. The truck sort of bounces around. We'll go on board. You'll see it's not a smooth surface here. It does level out a little bit on the back straight, but there's a lot of bumps and little rises here and there. Mark actually practicing his pit entrance. Oh, that wall sneaks up on you, doesn't it, Mark? Certainly does sneak up on you. Seems a few of them are just sat in the pits at the moment, though. Just sat there chin-chilling, waiting for the session to tick over. We have 1 more minute left before the session will come to a close and we can get on the grid. James Muckian can confirm it is Craig Charles from Red Dwarf. If only it was, mate. I really wish it was. That would be fantastic. However, let's hope that he does do a good job this evening. I think it was his first time out last time I commentated while the series was at Texas. But good luck, obviously, James, to you and the rest of Team Budweiser. There are actually no cars on track at the moment, or trucks, I should say. Nobody out there on circuit at the minute. There's Aaron Maspero, currently 2nd. He's missing his house party for this tonight. Now, it sounds very quiet from up here in the blimp, but that will be the end of qualifying. So already, as the iRacing pace car dips in and out, we'll have our grid. Mikey Doble, pole position again with Aaron Maspero, championship leader, alongside. Andy Oakley for UKSOM is third with Kenny Mitchell, Truck 4, P4. Robert Erling is fifth ahead of Mark Redford with Jake Forster in seventh. Watch out for him coming through. Tony Uvenen is in eighth ahead of James Muckian, and Simon Thorns rounds out your 10. Craig Charles is 11th with Stephen Netherwood in 12th position, followed by Dan Blake and Michael Jones. We then have Martin McDermott and John Jarrett with Stuart Pomfrey and Robert Coleman on the 9th row. Behind them is Simon Marshall and Marcus Hagman with Mark Murphy and Martin Kenyon rounding out the field in 22nd place. So Aaron Maspero struggling to get going there for a second by the look of it, which is very odd to have. We will also be able to, I know this has been it's been requested before that I show the gaps on the left hand side between the drivers, and it does frantically move around a lot, but we will over the course of the race be able to show you that gap on the left hand side. But the 88 of Mikey Doble in the Budweiser livery, I believe that's a Kevin Harvick replica livery from his number 4 Chevrolet, not the truck though. His it was when it was the Sprint Cup, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series car. One of my favourite liveries in motorsport, that the red Budweiser car that he had. He had also the freaky fast black and white car that season, and I think it was about 2015, 2014. Either way, Andy Oakley's definitely changed his livery. He was in a Hello Kitty colour scheme last time out. He's changed that around now. But we've got an hour's worth of racing here to get underway in the MyTurnRacing Sunday Night Trucks Series. Mikey Doble on the inside and the 88 on pole position. He's going to get the race underway at USA International Speedway. Round 8 is green. How's everybody getting on down into turns 1 and 2? Everyone seeming to be, oh, I say they behave. The number 17 of Robert Coleman and the number 15 of Marcus Hagman are both in the wall, and we have a yellow straight off the bat. Let's see what happened here then on board with Robert Coleman. That in front of him is John Jarrett. Wondering if he's got anybody on his left-hand side. He comes down, down, down. Oh, gets a tap on the way in. Oh, and there's Hagman. It's a real shame, that is. Want to see who would that have been on his inside. Would it have been Simon Marshall in the 21? Maybe just not leaving enough room down the inside. Goes down low. Oh, there was a bit of netcode involved. Simon came up a little bit, but at the end of the day, it just didn't look like all of the world left down the inside there from Rob Coleman, unfortunately. Now Mark Murphy, Martin Kenyon and Marcus Hagman are all in the pits already. There is Simon Marshall just going through. Mikey Doble, of course, held on to his lead. Redford moved up to 5th. Uvenen moved up to 7th. And Martin McDermott gained 2 places. Or he would have done. There was just somebody blinking in and out there. Dan Blake in 13th place. Martin Kenyon has actually gained 2 places, obviously from the very back of the field, due to that one. But hopefully, yellow flag period's not lasting too long here. A racing lap barely takes 30 seconds. Not even that. I think it's a lot less than that, actually, because don't forget we went yellow on the first lap. Chaz, use your brain, sunshine. Thank you to those that have subscribed so far. Gemma Phillips, the first of those this evening. Thank you very much. Can't believe how quickly this championship goes, but when the races are weekly, it certainly does fly by. Apologies for not being able to cover each and every round, everyone. I do have multiple commentary commitments to fulfill on Sunday evenings. I also race in a couple of series as well. But the guys at MyTurnRacing have been so accommodating for my speckly calendar that I have going on at the moment. But it's great to be a part of a league like this. I was actually... I posted about the league on Twitter earlier, and good friend and co-commentator at Race Spot TV, Connery Maddock, previous champion of this series, mentioned that it had been a long time since he'd heard the name, and he was obviously a previous champion. Might try and convince him to get back on the grid for this. Always good to have the drama of a returning champion. Now, Mikey Doble, he may not be in a shout winning the title here because he joined midway through the season, but he certainly is one of the quickest guys in the league already. Thank you as well. I think it was Tim there that became another subscriber to Chaz Draycott Media. And we're back underway at USA International. Is everybody going to behave themselves? I hope so. Oh, looked like nearly a bit of contact there with Jake Forster in the middle. He's very, very squashed in. Who is that? Oh, there's a car around. It's Craig Charles. And another yellow. Now, was he helped? That's the key thing. Look at that up there. Very bunched up. They need to sort this out. Who's got to go ahead of who? 2 yellows, though, in not even a full lap, I wouldn't say. But it was Craig Charles that went around. You could just see him in the background there. We'll have to try that again. And he did it all on his own. On the power, and it was that hit into the wall. You know, if he would have saved the slide and carried on, maybe not lost too much speed, I reckon we would have got away with that one. It was already gone. You could hear it as soon as we jumped on board. The truck was already around. But unfortunately, that's all it takes in these things. They certainly do float around. They're not exactly glued to the road like a lot of other racing machinery that you see. Big fan of Martin Kenyon's livery, actually. He's got a Yorkshire Tea livery all over the number 11. Armando Ortiz, yes, I agree completely. The Budweiser trucks look good. These guys do call themselves Team Budweiser. They have these retro liveries as well. Look, James Muckian. And his other teammate is... Where's he gone? Ah, Robert Coleman, there he is. Part of the first yellow flag. So Team Budweiser at the moment. Maybe they're driving under the influence, which I do not condone. But we're 5 minutes in now. Mark Murphy just in front has come into the pits again. Maybe just getting a top up on fuel here, hoping that when they do get a green flag run, it goes for a long time. But Mikey Doble, what a great impression he's making on this championship so far. He's ahead of current championship leader Aaron Maspero. Andy Oakley also doing a stellar job. In third position, the number 53, Kenny Mitchell, truck 4P4 at the moment. And Martin Kenyon is actually the truck that's gained the most positions so far. He's up 3. There you go. Craig Charles, unfortunately, down 11 after that incident. But it happens. These trucks are not easy to manage. They may have that long rear end and not the longest wheelbase in the world, but they do certainly float. There is very little weight over the rear end of these things. All of the weight is in the middle to the front with the engine and the cockpit, or the cabin as it would be called. So keeping tabs on the behaviour of the truck is very difficult indeed. But we're going to go green again here, starting lap 10 at USA International. Doble puts his foot down and leads them away. Oh, we've got more shenanigans. Oh, it's Kenny Mitchell. Hello, how have they sorted that out? That was very, very sketchy stuff there. Kenny Mitchell has dropped down like a stone, though, unfortunately. We'll just wait and see until these guys sort it all out, and then we'll take a look back at exactly what happened. Digital car culture, good to see it. Welcome to the stream. Oh, there's a car off. It's Simon Thorns. A truck off, I should say, not a car off. Managed to keep it under green, though. Now let's have a look what happened to Kenny Mitchell here, because going into turns 1 and 2, we could see a lot of smoke and not a lot else. I'm wondering whether he got a tag from Mark Redford. He goes down low. Oh, yeah, I think he might have just got a tap. Great save. And look at that, through the middle of 24 there, just squeezing through. Jake Forster very patient on the inside in the 44. Manages to just squeeze through the gap. Now Tony Uvinen has got Jake Forster all over the back of him. Not somebody you want behind you from what we've seen in previous races. Jake is very, very quick as well. Knows when to make the right moves. Scared the life out of me. I didn't dare look at it anymore. Oh, we've got a yellow. Who's this around? John Jarrett is off at the back. Michael Jones. Oh, if Michael had no bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. Oh, he's... Oh, careful. Another yellow. So this is John Jarrett. Oh, he gets a tap off Michael Jones mid-corner. John goes around. Michael loses it. Oh, and then collects. Oh, not just the 57, but the 14 as well. And then the 11. Bit too close for comfort there, maybe, Michael Jones. It's the tiniest of touches, but that's all they take. Gets out of the way, but that touch then puts him out of shape. And just sliding one way to the other, pinballing off everything, and then hits the 11. Nightmare for Michael Jones there. Not the nicest of rides. Oh, he nearly misses the pit box as well. A little bit clumsy there. We've all done it, though. Dan Blake in his debut in this championship. He's probably wondering what's going on at the moment. And it was Tim Cousins. Thank you very much for subscribing, mate. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy yourself. But yes, Dan Blake's debut in the championship. Not been a full-paced one so far. We're nearly a sixth of the way through the race already. Nearly 10 minutes in. 3 cautions down. And hopefully for Dan, he manages to get some good green flag running under his belt. But there's your leader, Mikey Doble, Aaron Maspero and Andy Oakley. He's in very good company there, you could say. It was the 24 of James Muckian that has gained 4 places so far in this race. And just squeezed through the middle earlier. Just about making it through. Stuart Pomfrey, by the way, has gained 6 places so far in the number 36 machine. Who else has gained a few? Mark Murphy's gained 7, despite having 2 pit stops already. So the Turn 4 Motorsports truck going well this evening. Looks like he might come in again, though. Maybe? No? Let us know, Mark. But we'll see whether the lights on the pace car go out this time. Probably not the best view in the world for it. And just as Mikey Doble pulls over and covers the lights up with the A-pillar, but yes, they do go off. And we should be green next time round. It's not really a place for advertisement, in all honesty, Armando. Jack Werrell in the chat, good to see you, mate. Over a sixth of the way through the race now. 3rd caution in the books. Hopefully these guys get a good chunk of green flag running in here. And once again, Doble puts his foot down, leading Maspero away. Look at Mark Redford trying to get up into the top 3 now. He was in 4th place before. Oh, it's very, very sideways. Looked like a bit of a tap there for Robert Coleman. I may have been mistaken. Maybe just caught off guard by delivery, but this circuit is going to ask these guys for so much concentration. Look how close it is here as we go on the blimp cam. Redford with Muckian in there as well. Muckian's doing a great job at the moment. Oh, Jake Forster nearly to the back of him. Mark Murphy's trying to continue his climb up the order as well. Just in front of him is Robert Erling and Stephen Netherwood in the number 52 machine. But look at that train with Forster at the back of it. These guys are glued together. You can't tell because of the mirror. Wonderful placement. And we've got another yellow. Robert Coleman this time going down the order. This is the championship's first visit to USA International Speedway. I'm not sure that the guys will want to come back. Oh, that was Pomfrey just behind him. Maybe just getting a little bit impatient there. Let's have another look. Went in a little bit hot, and then just the tap took him around, unfortunately. Won't be best pleased with that. Reverses out, make sure it doesn't go in the pit lane. And we're back to some more yellow flag running. 12 minutes and 40 seconds in. And your biggest mover is Mark Murphy. He's now up 11 places, capitalising off that incident for sure. So the number 58 Turn 4 Motorsports machine, starting from the penultimate spot on the grid, doing a smashing job so far. Let us know who your pick is for the race win. I know we've not had much battling at the front yet, but hopefully with a long green flag run we will get just that. Mikey will be watching his mirrors though for Aaron Maspero. Aaron is very quick indeed, as I've said. Current championship leader by a long shot as well, by this championship standards. 13 points clear, I believe, over Mark Redford. Very calm and lovely, isn't it, when they're just chill behind the safety car, or the pace car as it's known in oval racing. We're going to be into the 15-minute mark when we go green again. Mark Murphy, despite being very quick and fighting for positions, he's having his internet blips again, look. Not an ideal scenario for him or the trucks around him, especially if you're Robert Erling and you try and get past on this restart. We've got Marcus Hagman, Martin Kenyon and Michael Jones in the pit lane. Simon Thorns and Robert Coleman further laps down on those boys. Out of 1 and 2, we're actually going to get another lap behind the pace car here. And I see that as a prime opportunity to take off the dressing gown, because it is roasting in the office / studio. Hope you're all keeping well though, everybody. I know that as this lockdown and COVID restrictions continue, it is very tough to just go through day-to-day activities and not find it monotonous. So do make sure you all keep yourselves busy, guys. Stay healthy, make sure you look after yourselves. And hopefully, if any of you are on the iRacing service, I'll be able to commentate on you in whatever league it'll be that you're racing in very soon. And if you're not on iRacing, make sure that you do jump on board. It's a fantastic service, as you will see here. There's not normally this many yellow flags, but this is the first time this championship's been here. It's unknown territory for a lot of these guys. I love that happy shopper livery on Andy Oakley's truck. Looks brilliant. What looks brilliant though is Aaron Maspero, Mikey Doble on the front row. Mikey's got a great getaway as we go green once again into 1 and 2. The initial checkup is what really bunches the field up here. Looks nice and tidy though, to be honest. Look at that side by side. Jake Forster trying to make some more progress in the 44 as we've got another yellow. Who this time? Simon Marshall. Not sure whether he got some help. Let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, rear end just gets away from him. Tiniest of touches on the wall, but you will see just how easy it is to do. You can just hear the revs go, and by the time you've caught it, nope. I'm afraid it's gone around. Just happens so quickly in these things. Like I've said, it's all that lack of weight over the rear end. Makes them very hard to predict a lot of the time with machinery like this, usually with sort of underneath bits, let's say, from the usual NASCAR machinery. A lot of it's pretty similar. It's just the shells and the overall aero is often the most different or differentiating part of it. But you expect to be able to save some of the slides in these things. We've seen them on faster circuits. You know, people have really been wringing the neck of these things. And you can see the guys just sort of floating around corners a lot of the time. There's Kenny Mitchell, 8th place at the moment, but obviously 4 places dropped on aggregate after his little moment earlier on. I believe he got a little bit of help, but it wasn't too bad. But that's the thing, on a short track like this, it's quite a slow track as well for these trucks compared to where else we've been in the season. You do get a lot of bunching up mid-corner, and it's, as we've spoken to the guys about before, it's not the easiest sort of vehicle to change your inputs very drastically mid-corner. You know, just slam on the brakes a bit more. They don't have brake lights. They don't handle the best. They're not as agile as, you know, open wheelers and your touring cars, your GT cars. So changing your inputs very quickly mid-corner and altering the trajectory and the momentum of the truck is just not something that you can get away with. So if there is bunching up and you've gone in a little bit hot, or the truck behind you goes in a little bit hot, then there often will be contacts, and unfortunately with a spin there will be a yellow. And we've seen plenty of them here. "19 minutes in the books now at USA International Speedway." Don't forget, guys, do of course like the video, subscribe as well if you want to see following rounds in the championship. Due to clashes in the calendar, I will be broadcasting only 2 more rounds this season, but they will be rounds 11 and 12 from Atlanta and Las Vegas, the finale of the 2021 Season 1 Sunday Night Truck Series here on MyTurnRacing. And we're going around turns 1 and 2. And we should be going green this time round. Doble controlling the restart again. He's had enough practice. Foot down and away he goes. Looks like another start that was sufficient for Redford, but he's still around the outside of the 53. Look at the pace he carries through there. It's very close in the mid-pack, as you would expect. Mark Murphy quite close to the back of Uvinen, side by side with Kenny Mitchell just in front of them. It looked like a tap between the 24 and Jake Forster, maybe. Oh, it's very, very close. Uvinen just holding it down the inside in the number 84. Kenny Mitchell trying to wring the neck of that truck around the outside ahead of them. Jake Forster has got the door open with Andy Oakley. Through he goes. Truck 44, P4 for Forster. And at the front, Mikey Doble still holding on. Oh, that looked like contact. Kenny Mitchell's around. He's sideways, and we've got another yellow. That was a very sensitive yellow. Very sensitive yellow, that was. If that was all that it did to bring that out. Oh, the tiniest of touches. And there wasn't even contact. Afterwards, anyway. There was obviously contact to put Kenny's truck where it was, but again, very, very, very sensitive from iRacing there. Let's have another look from the chopper cam. Let's go in slow-mo this time. So Kenny's got just about enough room there. It starts to come down a little bit. And Uvinen, oh, it's just that tiny touch. I think Uvinen maybe not leaving enough room for Kenny to get around the corner as intended there. Great save from Kenny, though. Look how long he's sideways for. And he manages to straighten it up at the right moment and save it from going in the wall, and especially from saving it from snapping the other way, I should say. But unfortunately, he's dropped more positions now. He's 7 places down on where he started. Mark Murphy, he's up 13 spots at the moment. There are the gains on the left-hand side. 13 for Murphy, a fantastic race from him so far. Good opportunism to make it through the order. Doble will be enjoying this in a way, though, as much as they don't want to be sat behind the pace car for the whole thing. Doble will be enjoying the fact that he's having an easy lead so far. He's not overworking his tyres. He's not running the fuel down that much. Maspero, interestingly, going very high there and then very suddenly back down low. Maybe just looking to turn the wheel a bit more than he's having to do at the moment. Forster's made a good bit of progress up as well into 4th place so far. He hasn't had the easiest of times getting there, but again, I said earlier, didn't I? Watch out for him, he is quick. And he will be making progress as the race goes on. We're on to the 38th lap of the race here. Still behind the pace car. On board with Jake Forster. Now the highest placed Chevrolet in the race. He's got Andy Oakley behind him in the Toyota. And then after that we have 3 more Chevrolets. But it's 3 Toyotas in the top 5 at the moment, 1 Ford and 1 Chevy. It's been quite an interesting mix this season of which trucks have done well. From what I hear, there's not a massive amount of difference in each of them. It just depends on personal preference with branding, from what I've seen. Now the trucks just coming out of the pits there, Simon Thorns and Marcus Hagman, they're going to have to crack on here because they're just coming onto the back straight as the field is coming through 1 and 2. I'm sure they'll catch up soon enough. By the time they go green, I imagine they'll be with them anyway. But Doble gets to do this now for, I believe, the 7th time. 6th or 7th. Look at them bunching up there. They want to go. They want to make progress in this race. Andy Oakley and Mark Redford both pushing hard there. And we're green again at USA International Speedway. Jake Forster around the outside. Oh, already the 24's in the wall. That's a big one. That is definitely worth a yellow. Oh, boys. That was a big, big hit for James Muckin. I hope he's not on a direct drive wheel because that was a massive, massive hit. What happened there? Let's see if we can get a better view from the chopper cam. Watch James Muckin there on the outside in the white, red and blue machine. Oh, he just comes down across the front of Uvinen and then smacks into him as he comes back up. Uvinen's in the air, and that, you know what, that involves a lot less than I thought it would. I was expecting a lot of them to be involved in that one. Tony Uvinen just very unlucky there. You know, lucky and did that to himself. Comes down across Tony and then bang! Such a ricochet off the wall. He bounces off the top of, I think that was McDermott. He hits Pomfrey as well. I think down low. I'm not sure if anybody actually hit the back of Muckin. Let's have a look. This is from the back of Muckin's truck. We'll see. Just goes down. Ready? There's the move across Uvinen. Bang off the wall. Oh, there is a hit. I think that was Stephen Netherwood. And then there was more contact as well with another truck involved. This is the on-board shot. Look for the orange and yellow packs. Look out for the Swedish driver on your inside. Oh, I think he hit the back of Kenny Mitchell, the number 4. That's a blown engine and a lot of damage to James Muckin. And he is now sat in the pits with nowhere to go. But Jake Forster, he made the most of that. He's now up into 3rd place. He was 4th on the restart. Let's watch how he gets on. The number 44, white and blue truck on the outside. Great run on Mark Redford. In mid-corner, just as the yellow comes out, he must have had his nose slightly in front. But these boys at the front will be getting sick of all the yellows. Well, Nearly halfway through here, and I think we've had 7 yellow flags now. Mark Murphy's gained more places. He's up to 15th. It's been a hell of a rise for Mark Murphy so far. Started 21st on the grid, now up into 6th, as you see. Maybe it's the night lighting. Maybe it's putting these guys off. Well, who knows? Hopefully we do get a good period of green flag running. Be interesting to see, once these trucks get into a rhythm around here, how they go. I was talking to Mark Redford earlier, and he was saying that the first couple of laps, maybe first 2 or 3, when the tyres aren't quite up to temperature, it can be a bit of a handful. After that, though, when it warms up, they're okay. And you can start to get in a bit of a rhythm, but we just need to get through those first couple of laps without incident. And we'll see what these trucks and these drivers can do. The difference in these circuits really does separate the men from the boys a lot of the time, especially these slower circuits where more patience is required. No patience on Mikey Doble's part, though. He gets cracking. Through he goes. Mark Murphy gains another place. Climbs even further up the order. What's going to happen further down? We've lost quite a lot of the trucks from the midfield, so hopefully they all behave themselves. Andy Oakley is side by side with Mark Murphy, and look at that for the lead as well. Aaron Maspero, he's on the outside of Doble, putting the pressure on. Forster's going to try and come down the inside now, though. He wants that door to open. Oh, we've got Andy Oakley off. Does he get going again? We've not got a yellow for it. Hopefully it doesn't bring a yellow out when he rejoins, but no, we're still green. Great stuff. Real shame for Andy Oakley. We'll have to see what happened to him. But this fight at the front now has been broken away by that little incident. Let's have a check of what happened to Andy Oakley. Oh, a bit of netcode with Mark Murphy there. I think that could be attributed to the internet issues maybe, because it didn't look like they were that close together. Ran up a little bit wide up near the wall. And unfortunately, Mark was still there. But now, Jake Forster is in a really good position here in 3rd place. We've got the nose camera, it's a bit more useful. You can see the wonderful Hazy Signs livery. The nice spec map on the back of it as well, the metallic grey. Now just behind us, there is Mark Redford. So fantastic little battle going on at the front of the pack. It's great to have them now in that rhythm, and this is what I was talking about. When you get in that rhythm, the race can just start to flow. In the background there was Simon Marshall side by side with Craig Charlson, number 14. Down the inside goes Craig, although Simon's going to try and get a cutback, doesn't work. Craig now up into 14th place in truck 14. Martin McDermott, Red Bull and Yorkshire Tea, two things that really don't go well together, let me tell you. Martin McDermott trying to defend from Martin Kenyon, the two Martins. Funnily enough, Red Bull was Aston Martin Racing until 2021, wasn't it? Essentially, anyway. But Martin Kenyon, truck 11, P11, has gained 11 at the moment. Great drive for him. Further down, Hagman and Thorns are very close together. You could say Simon is being a thorn in his side. But at the front of the pack, this is still going on. Oh, cameraman nearly fell over. Mikey Doble still leads from Maspero. Now they've broken away from Forster, Redford and Mitchell. Kenny trying to put the pressure back on. Now don't forget, he had lost 7 places earlier. And he's now clawed that back to only be 1 position off where he started. The truck behind him is Mark Murphy, who started 21st. He's now up to 6th. He's doing a great job, but again, those little internet blips here and there aren't helping anyone. Dan Blake down the inside of Stuart Pomfrey. Not sure if there was a touch there, but there was a little bit of smoke. Down on the inside in the 27. 2 Toyotas against one another. Looks like Dan's just ahead, gets rid of the overlap. I think the smoke is actually from Mark Murphy's truck blipping in and out. Oh, that was close there from Pomfrey. Just behind. Now Martin Kenyon wants to pounce. That's good for Dan because it means that the pressure is off. And look at that already from Kenyon. Straight down the inside. I can hear contact or somebody hitting the wall. Not quite sure who, why, what, where or when. But this is still your lead battle. Very intriguing indeed. Kenny Mitchell now to the back of Mark Redford, who has lost Jake Forster over this last lap or so. And this is important because Maspero there in second place and the number 41 is your championship leader. Mark Redford is in second place in the championship and he is 2 places back in this race. So there are championship implications. Andy Oakley, I think, has called it a day, I'm afraid. Let's jump back to the pits. So this is Mikey Doble now. Lap traffic in front, that's Michael Jones in the 94. Now what are Aaron and Jake going to make of getting past Michael? Jake has to compromise his line, turn in a little bit of a narrower line. And it looked like Kenny Mitchell could have lined something up on Mark Redford there as well. Michael Jones doing a good job of getting out of the way. But we all know how easy it is to lose time when you're coming through lap traffic. Simon Marshall and Simon Thorns. We've had Martin Squadron. We've now got Simon Company keeping each other company. Look at that from Marshall. Back down the straight, down the inside of Simon Thorns. It's getting closer and closer at the front though. Doble looking back now at Maspero. Aaron has had such a presence when he's chasing down other trucks and other drivers in this championship. It's been great to see. Look at him just trying to hook it up for a good run off the exit out of 3 and 4. The handily named, or handily numbered corners on the wall. You can see there's the 1. Ready? There's the 2. Solid consistency so far from Mikey Dobelo in the number 88, and that's what we've come to see from him in the Vertex Stock Car Cup as well, using the Legacy Xfinity cars that he also races in. He's been doing very well with that. He's actually recently struck up a partnership with Lucky Wheels, who have been sponsoring him and sponsoring Vertex for the Stock Car Cup. Now Kenny Mitchell is intriguing me here because he's chasing down Mark Redford as best he can. He seems to be putting the pressure on, but Mark has proved to be very, very good at soaking it up at the moment. 25 minutes of the race left to go, though. Plenty can happen in that time. Well, the closest 2 trucks on track are indeed your lead duo. Doble looking to take another win in the championship. Maspero doing the same, won the very first round of the season, I believe, did Aaron Maspero. Set himself on a very good ride through the championship. Now here's Dan Blake. Coming under pressure from the Yorkshire tea-coloured Martin Kenyon down the inside. He goes. Looked like Dan turned in a little bit hot there. Strong stuff from Martin Kenyon. Great recovery drive. He's actually, I say recovery drive, he started quite further down the order. He's gained 13 spots at the minute, almost matching Mark Murphy. That's easier to listen to than it is to say. Robert Erling is in a sandwich here with Martin McDermott in front. He's got to choose his drink. It's Red Bull in front or Budweiser behind in the form of Craig Charles. He's got his teammate Robert Coleman 6.7 seconds behind. Looks like Erling is putting him under enough pressure here. Down the inside again. Now what can Craig Charles do? Watch out for that number 14 in the background. Can he sneak through while the door is open? All it'll take is a really good run and a little lunge down the inside of Martin McDermott. Oh, I said a lunge, Charles, not a headbutt. Craig getting a little bit exuberant there into 1 and 2. Back at the front though, none of these lot are separated by any more than a second as things stand. Oh, that was a kiss of the wall there for Jake Forster. May have been the tiniest of touches, but plenty of sparks kicking around as he gets past the number 57 of Simon Thorns. A lap down. Kenny Mitchell not so close to the back of Mark Redford anymore, it seems. But Mark is having to deal with that traffic. Oh, and that's slowed him up as well. He won't be pleased with that. It's a good thing these things don't have headlights, because they will be flashing furiously right now. Because look at that, Kenny jumps straight on the bandwagon. Tries to close him down. Oh, I think Simon might have hit the wall there. Either that or Kenny hit Simon. I just looked over at the timing screen and just heard the contact. Further back, Craig Charles still attacking Martin McDermott. Oh, I say attacking. Oh, that was close to contact there. Martin came down a little bit. Craig turned in a little bit late. He gets the job done. And Budweiser manages to triumph over Red Bull. This is Stuart Pomfrey in the black and green 36. Just behind him, Robert Erling, who seems to be on a bit of a charge forward at the moment. He's actually 7 places down on where he started in the race, but he's managing to show why he started so much higher up with this current pace. I can hear a bang and a scrape here and there. I think Craig Charles hit the wall again. McDermott has to back out a little bit to make sure he doesn't make contact. So back with your leaders as the cameraman nearly falls over again. Mikey Doble, Aaron Maspero, the two of them glued together pretty much. The gap hasn't been over half a second this whole time, as Coleman and Hagman having a bit of a switch around there. Hagman manages to make it work around the outside. Now Coleman comes back at him, but that is holding up Mark Redford, who of course is in 4th place. This is going to get feisty. Oh, heck. Kenny Mitchell had dropped off though. Now look at that, Kenny looking down the inside, trying to take advantage of this traffic straight away. Now, look at the run that he's got on the 15. It looks like Hagman's just got no straight line speed. Kenny just trying to close down that gap. Now, they have lost Jake Forster by 2 seconds throughout all of this. We're just about to hit the 40-minute mark, 2/3 race distance. We have been green for quite a while now, which is great to see, but like I said before, they just need to get past those opening few laps on a restart. They'll get into a rhythm and it'll stay clean. Now it sounds like somebody keeps hitting the wall there, and I couldn't figure out who. I'm not sure whether you could hear that on the broadcast as well, but there was definitely some contact going on. Oh, now Simon Thorns, he's in the pits and he's blown his engine. Simon's blown an engine. That'll be the noise then. Not quite sure what happened to Simon Thorns, but unfortunately that's going to be at least the end of his, well, I'd say at least the end of his race. You never know, he might come back out, he might get a fast repair. Can't get my words out tonight, sorry everybody. This is Robert Erling with Dan Blake in front of him and Stuart Pomfrey right behind. This little trio is quite enticing to have. This is for the final spot in the top 10. Closest battle on track this as well, as Blake's run a little bit wide. Erling just tries to squeeze his nose down the inside, doesn't quite work for him. Now he's got a good run out of 1 and 2. Can he keep his nose down the inside for 3 and 4? He can. Now keep an eye on Stuart Pomfrey behind this in the 36. Doesn't look close enough to make a challenge yet, but Erling goes up into the top 10. Now what can Dan Blake do about Pomfrey? It looks like Pomfrey got a bit of a poor run out of there. Newsflash, Jake Forster is starting to catch back up with Aaron Maspero near the front. Doble still leads, but Jake Forster just there in the 44 machine is starting to close up on these guys. Oh, Netherwood has had a blink in and out, and I think Stephen Netherwood has just disconnected. Certainly looks like it. That's a real shame for Stephen Netherwood. Michael Jones in the chat saying the damage is making it too slow. Sorry to see it, Michael. Like I said, mate, if you didn't have bad luck, you'd have no luck at all. Dan Blake, though, trying to hold on ahead of Pomfrey. Coleman is close to the back of Netherwood, who has reappeared, actually. He dropped a long way down the order. John Jarrett is up 9 places into 7th, by the way. We haven't seen much of John during this race. This is what happened when he originally overtook Stephen Netherwood. Stephen is 2 trucks ahead. That's Simon Marshall. Yeah, look, he's just disappeared. He's disappeared and then he'll reappear not long after. But he's now down in 15th place. That's not good for his championship standings either. As far as I know, if I have a look at the championship standings, Netherwood is 5th in the title race at the moment, behind John Jarrett. So John is going to be gaining points on him after this, if anything. This lead trio very stationary at the moment. Really consistent driving from the lot of them. Great to ride on board though and just see the patience involved. Listen to how long Aaron's off the throttle. Patient getting on. Whoa, a bit of a slide as well. Lovely little bit of corrective oversteer there from Aaron Maspero. A bit of oppo, as people call it. We're just over 15 minutes away from the end of this race. So still, like I've said, plenty can happen, especially in the mid-pack. It was close a moment ago between Pomfrey and Dan Blake. That was Tony Uvinen just behind them, unlapping himself. He's many laps down on these guys. Simon Marshall is up there as well. Mikey Doble, one Budweiser truck goes past another. Not on the same team, of course. One of them is Team Budweiser, one of them isn't. And that, of course, is the man we're looking at now, Mikey Doble, number 88, making consistent progress. But now, he's in that situation that you don't really want to be in these races, where you've got a number of drivers that are all on different laps to each other. You've got Tony Uvinen trying to gain some laps back on these guys. Simon Marshall's trying to let the leaders through. But because of how short a circuit this is, it's really starting to bunch up. That is Stephen Netherwood getting past Marcus Hagman. These two having a bit of a battle. Stephen goes in a bit hot. John Jarrett just behind them, but he's a lap ahead. Or he will be when he gets past them. John now trying to put a lap on Hagman in the 15 Force Esport Management machine. Doble has extended his gap now at the front to nearly a second. Aaron Maspero is there in the black and purple machine. The hazy signs, get it right, Chaz. Carl Hayes, painted truck. Now that is that Uvinen that he's trying to get past? I believe it is. Yes, it is, the number 84, Tony Uvinen. Sounded like a bit more contact in the background there. Ooh, Doble maybe getting held up there behind Dan Blake. And that was the number 17. Oh, I can hear a spin. And someone's hit the wall, Martin Kenyon. Kenyon has gone in the wall and there's a yellow. Robert Coleman's had an issue as well. There's Kenyon and there's Coleman in the 17. We'd gone so long under green flag. Martin Kenyon had the issue. Oh no. That was Hagman. And oh, as he tries to get going again. Oh no. Oh, he gets smacked by the 17, but this is the thing, the guys need to slow down for these yellows. So that was Marcus Hagman, wasn't it? It was in there with Kenyon. Let's have a look at how this came about then, because a few laps before, these guys were nowhere near each other. Kenyon would have been putting a lap on Hagman, I believe. No, this would have been for position, actually. No, it wouldn't. Apologies. It wouldn't have been for position at the time. He would have been putting a lap on Hagman. He would have been chasing John Jarrett for position. John Jarrett in the 59 there goes through. End of the next lap is when it'll have happened. Hagman goes in a bit hot. Kenyon still just looking to the inside. He's going to put a lap on him. We've seen that Hagman's slow in a straight line because of damage, potentially. He's down the inside. Gets a little bit out of shape, and that's what just brings the two of them together. But now look at this from the 17. I don't know what Robert's attention was on there, unfortunately. But that was huge. That was a really big hit. There it is again. Now I believe when he gets going here, who is he? Oh, he just tries to get it forward and he collects one of the other Force eSport machines. And wow, some of them got very lucky there, especially Jake Forster, with how Martin Kenyon's truck was rolling. But with 10 minutes to go in this race, we have another yellow. Plenty of them in the pits as well. It's really shaken the order up. So, people in the chat, there's 21 of you. How do you think this one's going to pan out then? Who do we think is going to take the win here? Is Mikey Doble going to hold on, or are we going to see a fantastic last-ditch effort from Aaron Maspero, Jake Forster, or Mark Redford? Maybe even Kenny Mitchell. Let us know in the chat what you think. And let's get those likes up a little bit, shall we, guys? You know, we may only have a modest 20 viewers, but let's get at least 10 likes in there. Don't forget to subscribe as well to Chaz Draycott Media. You'll be able to see upcoming rounds of the championship. I'll be broadcasting 2 more rounds for these guys this season. Round 11 in 3 weeks' time at Atlanta. And then the finale at Las Vegas, the very last round of the championship for 2021 Season 1. Really looking forward to that one at Las Vegas. Should be a lot of fun. Oh, and someone's put it in the wall there. Something happened near our camera. Was that Marcus Hagman? I think Hagman's just had his own accident again on the back straight. Either way, Mikey Doble is about to get this race underway again. We're going to start lap 99 here at USA International Speedway. And we're green. Under 10 minutes of the race to go then. Are the guys all going to behave themselves? Are we going to go green to the end? It doesn't look like they're going to behave themselves through there. Look at that, Netherwood right in the middle of all of it. He's got Jarrett, he's got Pomfrey around him as well. Somehow they all figure it out. Dan Blake's in there as well. And look at that at the front. Look at this top 6. This is so close together. Forster side by side with Redford. Forster a little bit out of shape. Mark Murphy's going to try and go around the outside. Kenny Mitchell's hanging on to the back of this. Nearly contact between Murphy and Redford. Doble still leading it at the front. Great stuff. Maspero tries to go to the outside. Tries to carry the speed as well. Look at that from Aaron Maspero. Very late in. Carries a lot of speed. Forster has to back out of it not to hit Doble. And now Doble drops down. He's not going to be just second. He's going to drop down to third because Redford goes around the outside as well. Looking down the inside is Kenny Mitchell. Oh, Doble's got an issue. Surely Mikey Doble's got an issue. Rubbing panels with Redford. Forster, they go either side of him. Doble's got an issue. Mid-corner, he's just got no pace there. Not sure what's happened. It's sideways on the exit as well. Mark Murphy's going to go through. What's Kenny Mitchell going to do? Oh, there's contact with Redford and Forster. Redford's around. Looked like wheel-to-wheel contact between the pair of them. That's devastating for Mark Redford. He saw Aaron Maspero getting to the front of the field, his championship rival. Mark is the closest person to Aaron in the championship. But that was fantastic battling between these guys. Now, Mikey Doble, I don't know what happened, but let's have a look back. So, watch Mikey in the 88. Aaron chucks it in, but Mikey just loses all speed there, suddenly, mid-corner. Maspero goes through. Redford around the outside. And then again, mid-corner, look at that, it just understeers. Wide. Slows it down. Fantastic stuff from Forster and Redford. Great avoidance by Kenny Mitchell. There might have been a touch on Forster, but still nothing doing there. But what happens with Mark Redford and Jake Forster here? Oh, Jake just runs a tiny bit wide, and the wheel-to-wheel contact, as I said, is what turns Mark around. So now Aaron Maspero, your championship leader, he's now the race leader as well. 7 minutes less than that to go in this race. Jake Forster up into second. I said keep an eye on Jake, but the incredible Mark Murphy, his internet may be terrible, but his gradual rise to the top is fantastic. Started 21st on the grid, he's up to 3rd. And plenty of valuable championship points coming his way if it stays like this. Got a couple of trucks in the pits as well. Just getting things sorted out. But Mark Redford is going to be gutted with that one. He's down in 6th place now. Dan Blake up to 5th as well. Good run from Dan. 8 places gained in this race. We'll show you the gains on the left-hand side so you can get a picture of how much movement there's been in the field. Even in Oakley and Mucky, and of course losing out big time. Same with Thorns, Michael Jones. Kenyon up 5, but just because of the misfortune of the others. Marshall and Hagman both up 5. Jarrett up 6 with McDermott as well. But Mark Murphy, what a great drive so far from Mark. Pace car lights should go off any moment now. No, we're going to get another one. Going to get another lap behind the pace car after this. Go for some scenic cameras and see. There you go, a wonderful wall shot there. The old crackled wall, which of course no longer exists. This circuit completely demolished in 2012. Which is such a shame. But, as I said before, you take the positives from it. Because of sim racing, we can still go racing here, which is great. And they have a dirt configuration of this circuit as well. I believe it was the very first dirt circuit that iRacing brought to us. And I know there's been a fantastic reception for the dirt racing as well. The World Championship stuff. If you've not seen the World Championships, the World of Outlaws, I think it's the NOS energy drink. If I'm incorrect, then obviously I apologise. But the proper top end, top of the scale World of Outlaws sprint cars, the winged sprint cars. Just even if you're not into dirt racing or oval racing that much, just go and watch some of it. It is incredible racing. The skill involved in having those things so sideways, and the guys not hitting each other at the pace they're doing. They're doing 130 mile an hour around these corners here on dirt with 800 plus brake horsepower. It's just disgusting. It bends physics. Anyway, Aaron Maspero's hoping he can bend physics on this restart. Looks like Mark Redford's had... Oh no, it wasn't Mark Redford, it was Dan Blake. He's had a very poor restart. Loses quite a bit of time. Oh, look like John Jarrett's gone deep. Simon Marshall's below. Nearly contact there. Simon gets out of the way. But we're back under green flag racing. That looked like Stephen Netherwood getting a little bit friendly there with Simon Marshall. Stuart Pumphrey's going to go down the inside. Never mind that, he's going to go sideways. Are they going to avoid him? He does. Keep it going, Stuart. We don't want a yellow. He does keep it going. Aaron Maspero and Jake Forster then fighting for the lead at the front. Oh, there's a big hit behind. Redford's around and we've got a yellow. Mark Redford's luck at the end of these races has been atrocious. Another yellow. Mark Murphy and Kenny Mitchell apparently swapping positions so many times, according to my timing screen. They were just edging each other out in the two Chevrolets. Now we saw contact earlier. Mark Murphy had contact with somebody that was just netcode due to his internet. And what's happened this time? Oh, he comes down in front of him a little bit. Oh, Mark has a little nibble at the back of Kenny Mitchell's truck there. Now the two of them are glued together out of 1 and 2. Oh, that was so unfortunate though. It was barely even a touch. It just upset the rhythm of Mark's truck, and then into the wall he goes. No, it just runs wide. Yeah, they're not even touching there. We'll go on the chopper view and have a look. Let's just take this in slow motion. Now that's where the contact is. Yeah, you can clearly see that neither of them are touching there. You can't pin that on either of them, unfortunately. I say unfortunately like I want to point a finger in this situation. I just want to clarify that I definitely don't. But at the same time, it's always good to do a bit of live amateur stewarding, isn't it? Maybe add a bit of drama to the broadcast. Mikey Doble, by the way, 7th place now, after pitting earlier. Pitted on lap 103, so did Stuart Pomfrey, the two of them with the freshest tyres on the grid. We have 1 minute and 45 seconds left of the race. And we have lights on the pace car, so we're going to get another pace lap, at least. And I'm wondering whether we're just going to get one lap to the end in this race. Aaron Maspero will be hoping for a simple ride to the end. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Jake Forster is already planning to be on the outside, of course, for this restart. He's waiting for the lights to go out on the pace car. He's giving it a bootful as well. And the lights are still on the pace car as well, so we're going to get another one after this, I'm afraid, everybody. It might finish under the pace car here at USA International. The iRacing.com Mustang pace car. It's become legendary on the iRacing service. And it's got incredible handling capabilities as well, which, as we all know, Mustangs don't normally have. But that thing can turn very aggressively into the pits when it needs to. We'll keep an eye on those lights. We've got 15 seconds to go. There's the yellow flag in the air. But he's just holding it still. Now, I don't know whether that signifies anything, but there you go. The lights on the pace car are out. And the timer is going to tick to an hour just about now. So this may be the finish of the race as they come around. Either that or we are going to get a green-white checker. I can't remember what happened last time we had this situation, because obviously the race is based on time and not laps. So I'm pretty certain that may be the end of it, although the lights will come back on the pace car. It's very intriguing. And it is going to be the end of the race. So an anticlimactic end here at USA International Speedway, but your championship leader, Aaron Maspero, takes the win from Jake Forster. Mark Murphy will take a bow, son. 3rd place. From 21st on the grid, Mark Redford ends up with 4th, giving Jake a little bit of a tap after the line. Okay. There is fireworks. There is apparently fireworks anyway. We'll try and see if we can get a view on any of them, but clearly not. But that is the end of the race. There's a lovely bit of demonstration there from Marcus Hagman. There you go. There's the fireworks on the right-hand side. But yes, a very anticlimactic end to the race there, everybody. I'll have a quick look at... although it does come up... It has come up as checkered flag, green flag, yellow flag again. I'll have a look at what happened to Jake Forster. Mark Redford did give him a little bit of a love tap, but I'm wondering whether Jake slammed on the brakes and that's how he ended up around. I was just looking over at the timing when it happened. Maybe Mark not too happy with the contact with Jake earlier, but, you know, Jake just ran wide. There's the tap there. Oh no, Jake just, yeah, he does just slam on. He was already going around, if anything. And there you go, what a beautiful shot there of Aaron Maspero, your race winner here at USA International Speedway. See him through the fence at least. We'll get him back up for those donuts again. But your championship leader extends his championship lead with that win. Jake Forster ends up 2nd. Good drive from him. Mark Murphy, like I said, amazing stuff to finish in 3rd in that one. Mark Redford, his teammate, finishes 4th. Still good championship points no matter how you look at it. Kenny Mitchell finishes 5th, Dan Blake on his debut in 6th, good stuff. Mikey Doble unfortunately didn't get a chance to redeem himself there and finished 7th after leading pretty much the whole race. Craig Charles makes it up to 8th after being the first caution of the night. Martin McDermott and John Jarrett round out your top 10. Behind them was Stephen Netherwood and Robert Erling, with Stuart Pomfrey 13th and Simon Marshall in 14th. Marcus Hagman, truck 15, P15. He was the last runner in that race. Michael Jones, Robert Coleman, Martin Kenyon not making it to the end. Same with Tony Uvinen, Simon Thorns, Andy Oakley and James Muckian. Well, we'll see whether we have anybody in for an interview, and we do indeed. And to be fair, the first one I want to speak to out of all of them, the only one that wanted an interview out of people that have finished on the podium, is Mr. Murphy. Now, Mark, that was quite the drive for you. You must have been very, very pleased with that one there, mate, because starting second to last on the grid, but ending up coming away with that with a podium, that must be a very good feeling.
Yes. I was going to be happy with a top 10, knowing the competition I'm up against, but getting the P3 I'm well over the moon with.
There was obviously a few moments where you had contact here and there with some of the drivers. Now, I mean, we've seen you blinking in and out a little bit before, but it didn't seem too bad this evening. Didn't seem to affect the accidents or anything. But I mean, every time there was a restart, you just managed to gain places. Did you have any sort of worries about racing so closely on a track like this?
With a lot of the people you're racing for a long time in this league, so you sort of know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons I started at the back was I haven't done a lot of oval racing recently, and this is a track you've got to have the rhythm with. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to see what I could do and then check out everyone else so I could know what to do when I was alongside them. So it's trying to be as safe as possible.
That's a very good reconnaissance mission if you end up going from 21st to 3rd over the course of a race. But, I mean, this circuit, obviously it's the first time this championship's been here. It was actually called a bad combo, to quote somebody in the YouTube chat, but it certainly seemed like an interesting one, but it just takes a lot of getting used to this sort of thing, doesn't it?
The one thing you need here, which short tracks don't offer a lot of, is patience. You just got to let people get into a rhythm and then just chip away at them. Try and get them to run a little bit wide on entry and stick it up the inside, really. It's the only chance you've got. But you've got to be patient and recognise your chances.
Yeah, for sure. I was saying, actually, with all the cautions we had early on, you know, getting into a rhythm is so important around here. And, you know, it showed. We had, 70 laps under green, so it's a really good run in the end. But either way, Mark, fantastic performance tonight and very, very well done. Some good championship points. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before you go?
Open for putting up with me.
Fair play, fair play. Well, good to speak to you, Mark. Well done tonight, mate. And we'll see you very soon.
Cheers. Goodbye.
Cheers. And somebody that may not be too pleased with the end result there, my good mate, Mikey Doble. Mikey, that looked like quite a frustrating one early on with all the cautions, but when it got racing again, you know, it seemed like you had a good chase going on there with Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, I said I quite like this track. I knew I'd liked it before we started racing, but I'm absolutely fuming at the moment.
I'm not surprised. I mean, partway through, after that specific restart near the end, it just seemed like you lost a load of mid-corner pace. What was it that happened? Was there anything in particular, or did you just overdo the tyres?
No, I didn't pit. I mean, I didn't. Well, I pitted too late because I was watching the fuel all the way through, and I just thought, well, the times aren't dropping off that much. I thought I'm going to stay out if I can. Yeah. And it just seemed like damned if I do, damned if I don't. I decided to stay out because the fuel was good to the end, and every single truck behind me pitted, which meant that Aaron, he pitted in P2 and come back out in P2, and then from there on I had no chance, to be honest. I mean, the tyres actually stayed in pretty well during the whole of that long run we had. And you know, if he had have pitted and I thought maybe there was 6 or 7 cars stayed out as well, then he would have spent a lot of time coming through the traffic, and then there'd be cautions. I just thought, yeah, I've had a lot of races lost lately in the Vertex stock car from pitting when I probably shouldn't have. So I thought tonight I'm not going to let that happen, and it's bit me again. So I have to try and work something out for the next oval race. But it's what makes it interesting, and it's never over until it's over, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's one thing I've always learned and seen in oval racing. I mean, I'm not the most experienced or an advocate for oval racing by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, broadcasting things like this, like Vertex, it always gives me that experience more and more, watching people's strategies. And there is so much strategy involved in races like this. You know, people often underestimate how much goes into these things, and a lot of it is a gamble, because you never know when there's going to be a caution. You never know what other people are going to do. If you're the one that blinks first, you are the one taking the gamble. But like I say, it's a shame not to see it work out again, Mikey, because I mean, your pace there was great. You know, you held it all the way through the race, but fingers crossed next time round it works out. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to while you're here?
Yeah, Mum and Dad probably watching downstairs. I'm going to get a load of abuse when I go down as to why I messed that one up. Probably brothers as well. My nan, granddad and nan are going to watch on catch up, as they're probably in bed now. More people I'm going to have to face abuse from on the phone tomorrow, no doubt. And just going to have it coming at me at all angles, to be honest, as to why I finished 7th when I should have won. So, hey-ho.
It is what it is, mate. Well, great to speak to you again then, Mikey. Well done, obviously. I mean, your pace was mega again, which is always good to see. And hopefully we'll see you next time round.
Yeah, see you Wednesday night at Homestead, Miami.
Yes, you will, mate. I'll see you there.
Cheers.
Cheers. And one more interview, because it's his debut tonight, and he finished in 6th place after starting 13th on the grid. My old mate Dan Blake joins me in the booth. Dan, that looked like quite the baptism of fire at points. How did you find that?
Hello, Chaz. Yeah, a couple of dicey moments there, but I just tried to stay out of trouble and just really trying to predict what was happening in front of me and staying out of trouble. And then he got caught up in that one on the final caution, but just about was far enough to the left. But it definitely opened my eyes, and as I say, I'm very, very new to oval racing, so I've really enjoyed tonight.
Well, it certainly was an interesting combo to jump in on as well. I've never really seen trucks go around here, and you know, people in the YouTube chat were saying it's not a usual combo you get, and it's not one that often works, but I mean, it seemed like it still produced quite a lot of good fun racing. Like I say, a few dicey moments, but the door-to-door stuff's always fun, isn't it?
Oh, exactly. It's what you race for, is those close racing door-to-door, and I was struggling a bit with the tyres towards the end of that long green run, so I was quite happy when I saw the caution. Just want to say a big thank you as well to Timmy and the team at T1S Racing. They've taken me under their wing for oval, and even though they've only been working together a short length of time, and I've really come along in the past few weeks, so I'd just like to thank them as well, and also thank yourself for the broadcast.
Thank you very much, mate. Well, good to speak to you again, Dan. Hopefully we'll see you in upcoming rounds, and have yourself a good evening.
Yeah, we'll do Daytona next week. That'd be fun.
Yeah, indeed. Nice one, mate. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you, Charles.
In a bit. Dan Blake there, good mate of mine. Been racing together, and he actually used to commentate on me in my first ever league on iRacing, the BSR Kia Club Series. Seems like a long, long time ago now. But Aaron Maspero takes another race win this evening, everybody, and extends his championship lead further. Like I've said, I'll be back with the broadcasts in 3 weeks' time when we go to Atlanta, the penultimate round of the championship. Other commitments, unfortunately, stopping me before then. But it's been another fantastic evening in the MyTurnRacing Sunday Night Truck Series. Thank you very much for joining me. Chaz Draycott here at Chaz Draycott Media, and we'll see you in a few weeks' time at Atlanta. Have a good night, everyone.